All right, and welcome back. That was game number 7, Thunderstruck versus V4 Dur. And that is also, I think, the first team that has been eliminated from the Imperium tournament. Interesting number of ships they brought once again, but that Balgorn stayed up for quite a while.
It did stay up for a while, and much longer than I expected it to, for sure.
Yeah, we're sort of watching that that scimitar going down. The thing with those ASBs is you just need to continue to apply the DPS, so they have to continually use them, and then hopefully take them out in the reload cycle. But it just looks like the Thunderstruck team didn't get there, and like if they had taken out that scimitar, there's a good chance they could have won that match. And I keep on waiting for people to reply to me, but it looks like everybody's really, really quiet today.
I think we're just waiting to see who's going to.
Yeah, it's like, I'm just trying to be a nice one now and actually give other people a chance to talk, and then they all go quiet.
It's like already whip them into shape so that nobody talks.
Well, no, the same thing happens. It's like when I run training classes, people go to me, "Oh, yeah, I'd love to do a training class." And then I say, "Yeah, just get in touch with me and we'll get it going." And then that's the last I ever hear of them again.
All right, the next game, game 8, this is the third last game for today, is Wildly Inappropriate versus Asian Squad. So this is part of the losing bracket, I think.
I don't think we're in losing bracket yet, right?
Okay, so Wildly Inappropriate's previous match against Butts Inc. They got absolutely slaughtered by Jay's amazing team.
Well, you kind of saying that, but it's like I think that Wildly Inappropriate had a fair shot. Asian Squad there again is they had a tough match against Reavers. I'm really interested in how these guys actually do, because they're both not completely terrible, which is it's going to be an interesting match, I hope.
Yeah, I tell you, when I saw that Wildly Inappropriate fleet warp onto grid, there was a little bit of pucker factor going on, and it could have gone both ways for quite a while throughout the match. And then that Asian Squad team, with the kiting setup, I think it was just a little bit unlucky to be up against the Imperium's #1 kiting FC, I guess you would say.
Yeah, they also committed as well by having a battleship themselves. So, that's obviously a lot of points, and a centerpiece as well of anything that you do with your team. So, we'll kind of see with Reavers, they obviously went a completely different way. But as I say, this time around with Wildly Inappropriate and Asian Squad, who knows?
Yeah, I think in that Reavers match, in the Reavers versus Asian Squad match, it was just played really, really well by Asher. Basically, both teams wanted a kite, so Asher decided to run in there, kill a couple of ships, and then basically force the Asian Squad team to chase them down to get the points before the match ended. And I think that was really just played really well. But it'll be interesting to see if Asian Squad bring another kiting setup. Because maybe against another setup that isn't a kite setup, they'll do quite a lot better. But like I said, it really depends on what the other team brings. And this is the thing: you can bring the best setup in the world, but if somebody brings the counter to it, then you're kind of screwed.
Odd that is just like the actual EVE Online game itself, isn't it?
Yeah, I see people in the Twitch chat asking me to get Jay to talk, but unfortunately he's a little bit sick at the moment, so he's trying to save his voice for the matches. Sorry, Chief. But yeah, so the Wildly Inappropriate Asian Squad game, I think it'll be really close. I think it'll be an interesting match to watch. Where do we see? I think I'm probably going to go. I'm going to go for Asian Squad. They do get the +2 racial bonus to internet, spaceships, and computer games.
Yeah, I'm going with Asian Squad as well, simply because I went for them first time round when they went against Reavers. Everyone else was saying Reavers was going to win, which ultimately they did. But yeah, Asian Squad a game because I'm loyal, unlike some people I could mention in MTACO.
Yeah,
are you shedding a tear?
I will not shed one tear for CO2.
Yeah,
It's
no, I'm going to go with Wild, guys.
yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's, I think it these games are like great because you can't just go, oh yeah, well, Asian squad brought a kiting setup last time, so they're going to bring another one. Like if you're on the opposing team and you think that and you fit your ship specifically for that, then there's a relatively good chance that the other team is going to switch it up, and all that work you've done is for nothing. So a lot of the time you really got to play your own game in these sorts of tournaments.
Yeah, but I think the Asian squad, they knew that they were against Reavers. Historically, Reavers will run kiting doctrines. I would say that the setup there, Asian squad, what they brought was perfectly kind of like reasonable, and against another team, it could have quite a bit of success. So, who knows? So they might kind of mix things up a little bit. They might run with the same composition. I think if they did go with the same composition, then they'd actually be like, in with a shout. I don't think it was a complete whitewash. As some people might see it from the point score against Reavers, because there was lots of dancing around there initially, and they were being smart about it.
Yeah, I think it was a very technical match to watch. Like watching, the new UI that we have that allows you to see sort of what direction ships are going more easily and the speed at which they're doing it, and those sorts of things really outline for me, how technical the match was, and that's just a kiting game. There's so many things that you have to manage. You have to manage your distance from the hostile team. You need to know exactly where they're going and what they're doing. And in a tournament, the issue is you can't just kite forever, or you kite in a circle, but you can't just continually burn away from the hostiles because of that arena boundary. It does make it quite difficult, but kiting teams are just really difficult to beat if you're not in something fast. They will just run circles around you all day and just kill you in the face.
Well, very much so. I mean, kiting teams are like that. You need to, lock down at least an element. And despite the tournament arena itself being a sphere, there is the risk of running out of the boundaries. But equally, generally you shouldn't be doing that. You should be okay if you can kite relatively well.
Yeah, and this arena is, I believe, is smaller than the Alliance Tournament Arena. The Alliance Tournament Arena is 250 kilometers, whereas this one's 125, I think. So that plays a bit as well. It's not really set up very well for kiting setups.
No, and even though I think that we can use MJDs, we haven't seen any so far.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. So I believe that we're going to head over to the commentators box now. The next match is just about to start. And that's Wildly Inappropriate versus Asian.
Right, on the red team, we've got Wildly Inappropriate, and they've got a Balgon Guardian, Navy Brutix, Feeble, Blackbird, Purifying Crew. We've seen a similar thing from them before on Asian Squad.
Yeah, and on Asian Squad, we've got a 6-man squad with a Barghest, a Scimitar, an Orthrus, Navy Osprey, Kitsune, and a Curies.
There again, it's going to be relatively interesting there, because we've got the Asian squad that have come into range on the actual beacon itself, but equally Wildly Inappropriate have also come slightly at range, and the match is well underway now, and we've got Asian squad burning off, and they're all getting behind the Barghest that they've actually got there.
Yeah, we'll see if this is another chess match like they had against the Reavers. It's shaping up that way.
Yeah, well, they're definitely kind of like going for that Blackbird straight away for B3 Ast, because no one likes
Yep.
Blackbirds, which is a shame. It's a lovely ship.
Oh, I think they like it quite a bit, right? They like to eliminate it, right?
like it in a bad touch way.
Yes.
Not really seeing any damage coming from wildly inappropriate at the moment, and there again, both teams like keeping themselves well at range. They're not going to mixed up, not brawling at the moment. Um, Looking like they're again a conservative kind of start. We're going to see, you know, who basically makes that first kind of piloting error. Is like someone's going to need to commit at some point. And as we saw with the Asian squad and Reavers earlier on, they got kind of just weaved in towards each other until they finally started to get going.
Yeah, it looks like somebody's left their shield butts quite far away. Look at that. You see those drones out there?
I'd see drones all over the place. Yeah, I could see them. They might have been abandoned. I mean, you can
I'm
always.
thinking.
That's always a possibility because there's nothing stopping you abandoning a set and then coming back to them later on should you need them.
Oh, we've got one down.
Yeah, that purifier just went boom. It's like that went really quick. I was too busy looking at those drones to kind of like. Was that Alpha, Derek?
It looked pretty close because I was doing the same thing with the drones, right? We got kind of mixed up on the wrong thing. It
Yeah,
was just
pretty much.
interesting.
Yeah, very true. And I mean, obviously, with the purifier gone, large amounts of damage that can actually come from that. So it is a dangerous ship in its own right. The Speeple now from Wildly Inappropriate, taking a bit of shield damage. Nothing to worry about immediately, but obviously that will depend on how that damage gets applied. But at the moment, with Wildly Inappropriate on 4 points and Asian Squad on 10 points, the ball is well and truly in Wildly Inappropriate's court. They need to get moving on something.
They do, and it. I don't know that they've even had any real damage at all on the Asian squad from Wildly yet.
I'm also kind of curious about how they're necessarily going to be able to apply. I mean, you look at that Vargas and it's doing like 1,300 meters per second. And so, that Balgon is never going to close on that Vargas. So it's just like we could sit where we are, right as it is at the moment, and Asian squad will go through because, it's going to be very hard for Wildly Inappropriate to actually close them down and trying to get the better of Asian squad.
I agree, and they're doing a number on that Brutix now. Look at that.
Well, it's like they're kind of like chipping away at the Brutix now. But with the Guardian still there, there's obviously going to be like repping power there. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Although it does seem to be going down more than you would immediately expect, given the fact that Wild's there with the Guardian. Seeing a bit of Ebor go out to the Balgon there now as well, but we're also seeing that Blackbird applying like its ECM across, a big chunk of the Asian squad like team there.
Yes, it is, and it's. I wonder if they're keeping that Brutix just as a little target, right? A little.
Well, there again, it's going to be just kind of with that Navy Brutix, although it's kind of like been taking damage, Wild might kind of like let them kind of wear them down a little bit and then just rep it back up, just kind of bait tank them a little bit, trying to actually get Asian squad to commit something. That was a big hit on that Kitsune there for a second. So he's like, I'm sure that Wildly Inappropriate is doing a lot of kind of target switching at the moment, and we've got a target painter on there and webs. But yeah, it's like if they keep on that Kitsune, it could end up in trouble. I mean, it's already bled well into structure.
Yeah, they've got to land about 2 more good hits on it, and it's done.
Yeah,
But it's getting good rep.
Yeah, that scimitar is like, picking up on it. So we're going to have to see whether or not there's another kind of like target switch now. Oh no, there we go.
There it
That's
goes.
the Kitsune gone. So wildly inappropriate. Now up to 9 points. Asian squad running with 10. Kitsune, very handy kind of like ship. Only 5 points though. But that was a good move by wildly inappropriate.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very tactical. I liked it. Now
We're
they're
now
working
seeing-
on the scimitar.
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest with you, is we've seen like the Guardian of Wild like being chipped upon like for some time now. And generally, the way that I see this is, if you're not really getting anywhere with the support kind of team, it's always a really good kind of option to just start hammering on that logi and get them to use their cap, get them to use their ASBs. Just keep chipping away at them, because it's going to come into play at some point. So that the logi ships are going to be able to tank a lot, but it's keeping them occupied. And if they're all focused on just like staying alive from incoming DPS, that's when you can switch out a target and then kind of kind of take out a support ship. But that scimitar now is in real trouble from Satu. Yeah,
There
it
we
is.
go.
Like,
There we
there we
go.
go. Scimitar is now out. So Asian squad with the logic gone, is that carries is going to go down pretty quickly now. There's probably not much that they can do with that. Asian squad still have quite a few points left on the actual grid itself, but they need to apply that damage somehow better to wildly inappropriate.
And there they go. They're going after the Orthrus. You're going to work that one down now.
Yeah, so wildly inappropriate going for the Asian squad Orthrus. All the time, the Guardian from wildly inappropriate is, they keep chipping away at it, and it's coming close now to structure. So we're going to see whether or not it's a bit of bait tanking from Wild, or whether or not it does actually have an option to regain some armor there. We also have to remember that with the potentially long reload times on some of these ships, that they Wilds can always like do a reload of their own reps and get themselves back out. Control bar from wildly inappropriate has just like leapt up magnificently again. Now they've committed to that Navy Osprey.
They certainly have. That was a quick transition, and it looks like we're getting some armor back on Wild.
Exactly, and it's like with the Osprey out now from Racing on Asian squad, and that's just 2 ships remaining now, and we've only got 1 minute in the match remaining, so we're going to see like what happens here. But I would imagine that the Bargus and the Orthrus will use their speed as much as possible to keep themselves out of the grip from wildly inappropriate. But with 28 points difference here at the moment. It's very unlikely that Asian squad are going to be able to do anything unless all of wildly inappropriate team suddenly boundary violates. That Guardian, though, going into structure now, so they might just be able to redeem themselves a little bit. Come on, kill Wild. I believe in you, Asian squad.
I'm on the other side. Wild, come on, pull it through, buddy. Even if you can, text me 50 times in a second.
So there we go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like just seconds now remaining on the counter, and the match is over. Wildly inappropriate finish with 38 to Asian squad's 10. There again, a good showing by Asian squad, but unfortunately they didn't quite kind of do the job that was required. And yeah, there we go. Anyway, back over to